What's going on? Welcome back to another video with your boy, Matt, here at Ozark Fence. Today, we thought we'd do a quick video in general on what type of fence to buy. Typically, when we're talking about fence, and let's say you're a homeowner and you're looking to get a new fence, there are several different options. We provide the option of chain link, wood, and ornamental here at Ozark Fence. We also can install vinyl, but we don't do a whole lot of that in our area. Now, there's other types of fence out there, but for our sake and what we do, those are the main three. So in today's quick video, we thought we'd go over the differences between them and why you might want one over the other. Let's start off with typically what is the cheapest option, and that is chain link. Now, in the world of chain link, there's a couple of different options within that. There's vinyl coated chain link, which is just to the right of me here. There's also the option of your traditional galvanized chain link. What's the main difference between these two? Well, really not a whole lot other than the way that it looks. These are both really good options for somebody who wants a fence in their yard to keep kids or pets in or neighbors out. These are both really good options. And here in Springfield, Missouri, you'll see a lot of residential homes with chain link. And we have been selling a lot of the vinyl coated lately. That seems to be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing for somebody's yard. Now, the reason why we started with chain link is because generally speaking, that's going to be the cheapest option for somebody compared to the other two choices, wood and ornamental. It depends on what kind of chain link you're putting in and also what height you're wanting to put in. That can add a little bit to the project, but generally speaking, for 4-foot chain link is typically going to be cheaper than 4-foot wood or 4-foot ornamental. Chain link is a great option because it's cost effective and it still secures your property. Now, it doesn't do as good a job as maybe wood would do for privacy, but it will secure your kids and pets in the yard. This is a great option for one because it's relatively low maintenance. There's really not a ton that you have to do to upkeep this type of fence. Once it's put in, it really will last quite a while. We've seen some fences like this go for decades and still look pretty good. Now that we've talked a little bit about the chain link, let's go over here and we'll take a look at an example of a wood privacy fence. So now that we're over here, you can see this is wood privacy fence. This particular section here is what we call shadow box. And this particular style of wood fence is great. It provides privacy, but it also allows you to be able to look through. Maybe you want to keep a neighbor in his yard, but you also want to say, hey, shadow box might be your thing. We're also talking about cost, and that's probably going to be a big factor when choosing what type of fence you want. Is what budget do you have? Wood typically is going to be a little more expensive than the chain link, so you'll have to keep that in mind when choosing. This type of fence is great because it is very aesthetically pleasing, and around here you're going to find a lot of wood fence, typically in neighborhoods and in residences. This is typically the go-to over chain link. The cost can vary, and it also depends on how you build your wood fence. Here at Ozark Fence, we like to use the best quality material that we can find and source, and that includes everything from the posts that we use all the way to the pickets and the 2x4s. What we like to pride ourselves on with building our wood fence is that we use all steel posts. We use round gate post and terminals, and then we also utilize something called a postmaster post, which is a steel post that we use for our line post. And something like that is really good because it's going to hold up much better over time than a traditional 4x4 pine post that you might be familiar with. Some of the other great things about wood is the after installation options as far as staining and coloring the fence. Here around town, driving around, you'll see everything from natural wood color to opaque colors, black, white. People go crazy with painting their fences, especially in my neighborhood. There's all kinds. Here at Ozark Fence, we offer pre-staining, so that's something that's really cool. We can pre-stain all the material before our guys show up to your yard, and they can go ahead and bang out this fence with it already stained. That's a really great option. All right, so we went over the shadow box real quick. Let's walk on down the line and I'll point out some of the really great features about choosing a wood fence. Here is an example of one of the gate posts that we use. Like I said earlier, this is 2.5 inch Schedule 40, which is very thick, strong pipe that we use for the gate post and the gate latch. Here you can see some Shark hardware that we use on our gates. And moving down, let's go ahead and show you what our gates look like. This is the Shark system with the Shark latch. And as you can see, we use steel frame for our gates, which really make for a good sturdy gate that does not sag over time. This is something that we can come out and put in once and know that it's going to be good for years to come. Walking on down the line, we saw the shadow box earlier. This is more of your traditional privacy style where all the pickets are on one side of the fence, and this is really good for maximum privacy in your yard. Maybe you have a jacuzzi in your yard. Maybe you like to take dips late at night in the jacuzzi. Maybe you have a nosy neighbor that likes to peek at you while you're in the jacuzzi. Maybe not, I don't know. All right, walking down the line, we have some privacy that's in 4 foot, and we have intentionally left this section open just for customers as they're coming by to take a look at the materials. This here is a Postmaster post. That's what I was talking about earlier. We use those for our line post, and they're great because they hold up over time. They don't rot at the base, and they're rated for 70-mile-an-hour winds. They can withstand quite a bit. Definitely a great option. And here we're just showing how we frame the fence together before we throw on the pickets. So we're at the end here at our ornamental fence, and this typically is going to be more expensive than the last 2 options. And it depends on the time of the year, the economy. Sometimes ornamental and wood can be pretty close with cost-wise, but typically ornamental is going to be a little bit more pricey. Reasons why you would like to choose this? Well, for one, it kind of is similar in the chain link, in the fact that it secures your property and you're still able to look through it. And it really just depends on the area that you live in. Some areas, that's really all you're gonna see is ornamental fence. And maybe that's something that you like, or that the neighborhood requires it perhaps. This material is something that we tend to stock a little bit of, at least in the common sizes, but typically when a customer reaches out and wants to go with an ornamental fence, we'll special order in the type that they want before we install it. Hopefully this quick video helps you guys out, and at least now you know a little bit about each fence type and the choices that you have when you're going to be buying your next fence. All 3 are really great options, and at the end of the day, it really comes down to your budget and what you're wanting out of the fence, because each type does something a little bit different. Hopefully that helps, and we really appreciate you watching. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see next, and we'll catch you on the next one.